married my sister, now we're living together. We're roommates in law.
How we doing, Tom?
Good morning, Tim. I'm doing great.
Oh, it's morning tea over there. You hitting the cough button?
Hitting a little coffee. I already did my little neighborhood walk because this is the one day a week I'll be awake before 9 a.m.
Sure. Did you see the neighbors? They outside mowing
I didn't
their
really see them,
yards?
but I did wave still.
You just kind of have to do the neighborhood wave, even if nobody's there. You got to keep that. You got to keep that sharp.
I like the one finger wave with the coffee cup, Bob.
Are you out there with a portable? They're all portable, but like a to-go coffee cup, or are you like fully kitchen coffee cup? Because that's like kind of quaint.
Here's the thing. I'm going kitchen coffee cup, and it's so not the right move.
Well, it's incredibly inconvenient.
It's dude, I'm spilling on myself the whole time because you take one step and it's unless it's empty, it's spilling, and then it also gets down to lukewarm in about 6 minutes.
Well, you kind of look like you're walking on a tightrope the entire. Like you're not really walking. You're just kind of balancing the entire time.
I'm holding my arm out at a 90-degree angle too.
Yeah, you're like one of those like AI robot arms where like it doesn't matter how much you move around, the arm stays still. It's Brutes Magoots. You got to have a top on there, Tom.
I know, and I have a portable one, but there is something really nice about just pouring from the coffee pot into the cup, and then I'm like, let me just meander out into the neighborhood. Into
yeah,
my
but
neighborhood.
I think that's when it's like, you know, you got the robe on, you got the slippers on, you're going to get the newspaper from the end of the driveway. Your name's Tony Soprano. Like that's kind of the only times that those things really work out. You got to go portable cup, Tom.
I know. I'll get back to the Yeti. Although then I'm throwing it in the Yeti and it's hot till New Year's.
Yeah, but that's what are we mad at hot coffee now?
I'm pissed about it.
The hell? I'm back on the hot cough. It's 50 something degrees here in the greatest city in the world. I got back on it.
It was 62 here today. Look at us.
Not mad at that, dude. Let's see what this 62 here, Tom. What do you think about that shit?
Wow, New York and LA. Everyone says LA is so much better. The problem is it'll get up to about 78 today.
It's getting up to
this is only my second year living here, but dude, I think I already miss a real fall.
Fall is nice. The problem with the real fall is a big fat winter's coming right behind it.
Yeah, just a big old depression.
That's we talked about this the other day. I used to be fully convinced that Chicago's the best city in the world, in America, not the world. That's a big one. But you forget, Tom, that there's 7 months of just gray darkness.
Yeah. I want to get back to that.
Five of those are 22 degrees.
Yeah. I want to get back to that in a second. I do really quick want to know what international cities you're throwing above Chicago.
I mean, what?
Because you were like, I used to be convinced Chicago's the best city in the world. In America.
I mean, are you saying that Chicago is the best city in the world? Is this the argument?
No, I don't. But I also don't know that it's I'm curious to know what Timmy's top cities are.
I mean, I think you could probably toss Paris in the mix. Could you not?
I don't know. I've never been.
Neither have I, but I'm taking that bet.
Okay.
I'm certainly not going Chicago over Paris. I think that's just a wild bet.
Okay. I've never been. I haven't been to a ton of cities outside of.
I just was saying, I mean, the point was oopsies. I don't know if we can toss Chicago in the top of the world as far as cities go.
All right. I thought you had I thought maybe, you had a wild night in Amsterdam or something.
Boy, I spent a month there one night, Tom. You know what I'm saying?
There we go. Finally. All right. Back to Chicago. Yeah, you are right. I mean, also like fall in Chicago and New York, Minnesota. I mean, fall in the cold weather states is the best time of the year in the world, like of all time.
Damn, going world on that.
Yeah, I went world.
Damn, all right, dude.
Did you hear that shit, Paris?
I didn't know you had that. I know you had that in your fucking back pocket.
The problem is fall is doing 10 to open for a winter that's doing 3 hours.
It makes no sense. It's like, hey, you want to do 4? Yeah, good, because I'm going to do 3 days. You're like, what? You're doing 72 full hours?
Yeah, and
It's
mine's
just
gonna be bad.
that's the trade-off. That's, if Chicago had a normal winter, if we're looking at 3-4 months of a reasonable winter, Chicago, I'm putting it over Paris. Fuck you, Paris.
Yeah.
I mean, I know you got the Leaning Tower of Pisa, but come on.
Yeah, no, fuck off. You don't have shit on the bean.
No,
that
you ever
I've
seen the
never been
fucking?
to.
Wait, what's it actually called? It's like the Wizard's Eye. What's it called? It's the
Cloud
Calabasas Cloudgate.
Gate. The wizard's eye. That's your pee hole.
I knew it was something stupid. Cloudgate. That's not a good name.
Mm-mm.
That sounds like something you would go back in time and like go to ancient Egypt in.
I was gonna say it sounds like a Microsoft product.
What's it called? The Magic Eye?
Cloudgate.
Cloudgate.
Dude, is everything okay?
No, Tom. So I've been like not sleeping at all, and then we got a new mattress, and now I think I'm sleeping too much.
You go back to the mattress store, you're like, hey man,
Like,
this
whoa.
we overcorrected.
Okay. Like, this is like way too comfy.
Because I'm sleepy time Tim all the time now.
I need you to meet me in the middle here. Like, I need my back to start hurting at like hour 6.
Is this do you really think it's just the mattress?
What do you mean?
How bad was your old mattress that was what was
I mean, it was time for that old mattress to go.
what kind of matty are we talking?
What are you talking about? Like spring?
Are
Know
you
you
going
mean?
like are you going like spring or are you going like is it foam?
We're going memory foam.
Yeah, that's what I have too. I have like a
That-
shitty one, but it does the trick.
Memory foam, I think is where it's at because I need like a little bit of soft, but I need mostly firm, Tom.
Yeah, I don't like I used to
It's-
love like a bed that kind of sank a little bit.
Yeah, but like that's when you were a kid. Like that's for
Yeah.
kids. An adult, you need something a little firm. Your back gets all
You
fucked
kind
up.
of got to sleep on the ground.
A
That's-
little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, you ever slept over your friend's house and they're like, dude, all we have is. Or you ever slept in the Madison Concourse Hotel and
I
all
was
you have
just
is the
about to-
floor?
Just about to bring that up. I slept great that.
And you're kind of like,
that
honestly,
morning.
you toss me a little pillow and I'm a happy camper here.
Pillow and a sheet. That's all I needed.
So yeah, I'm oversleeping like crazy. I feel like I've been sleeping for 4 days straight. I don't know if I think my wires are all wonky here, Tomas.
I'm feeling that a little bit, but I think I'm getting I just kind of hit it hard for the last week of like travel. I was drinking again at the comedy festival in Minnesota.
Drinking again. Oh no, back on it.
Back on, dude.
Oh shit.
Don't worry, I'm back off. I'm back off for a few weeks. But the travel and the no sleep. I did 2 red eyes in the last week.
Mm-mm.
And I the problem is I can get through, like if I have exciting stuff going on, like I took red eyes back to LA and then to Minnesota. And I'm like, then I had super fun shows in Minnesota at this festival, 10,000 Laughs. Shout out. It's a great time. I was so excited the whole time. And then festival's over. Tommy flies back to LA. I'm feeling like I'm dying. Like, because I just didn't sleep for 4 days and then felt okay. And then it's like I got back and it's like my body is like, all right, we're done now and we're powering. down
We're
for a
shutting
couple
it
days.
down.
Yeah. I got
You
back
probably
on
need
Sunday. I got back on Sunday with like plans to go to my friend's show and stuff. I slept from 2 p.m. to like 9:30 p.m. which isn't a great nap because
No,
then
that's
you're
how you-
awake at 9:30.
I was about to say that's how you really fuck up your sleep cycle there, Tom.
Yeah, I didn't mean to though. It wasn't my
Okay,
fault.
so you wake up at 9:30. What time you going back to bed? It's got to be 4 a.
No, it was about 1.
Okay,
Woke
not bad.
Woke up, edited some clips, and then went to bed.
A dark existence.
It was
That's,
not a great Sunday.
But I've also been doing this thing. You ever do this shit, Tom?
Does it ever happen to you?
I don't know why I stuffed a big fat Reese's in my mouth to talk to you.
I was gonna let it go. I was like, man, this is a two-man podcast here. If one of us has a mouthful of peanut butter, it's not like awesome for the banter.
And I'm absolutely housing a Reese cup right now. And I'm like, hey,
Was
Tom.
Was that a Halloween one?
Better believe it, dude.
What shape was it? Was it pumpkin or
It's a
witch's
pumpkin.
hat?
No, we went pumpkin. We also got some. What do we got here? Hershey's Fangs. Look at that, Tom.
I don't
Shout out
think
to
I've
Hershey's.
seen that. Is that a white chocolate?
They sponsor the pod.
Oh,
Go
shout
get
out
yourself
to
a Hershey's Fang. What about this? I've been doing this when I'm stressed out, which has been a lot lately. You go to sleep, you go bada boom, I'm in bed at 10:30, 11 p. Oopsies. I'm up at 3. You ever do this little number? And then you're
Yeah.
up and there's no sleep after that.
I
I wake up fully. I look like the Undertaker in that gif where he like comes back to life.
Yeah.
That's me, just a ball of anxiety. So then I come out and then I watch TV. What am I doing?
Oh, well, you're getting out of bed.
Well, you roll around, you do the whole thing, you try all the tricks. Oh, let me think of a detailed room and go through, and you're supposed to fall asleep. No.
Okay. All right. Are we trying to problem solve or you just want to commiserate?
Hey, we can. What about this, Tom?
A little
What
bit
if we
of
met
both?
in the middle of that Venn diagram?
Well, because I don't have the problem. I don't wake up, but I can't fall asleep. Like I just don't. I don't fall asleep early.
It's just when you're in there, you're done. You've made it.
Once I'm finally in there, yeah. Then I suck at like getting out of bed. But
see, my brain's just like, what if we like fuck with this dude a little bit?
what if? Hey, are you asleep? Hey, poking you.
Hey, it's 3 a.m. Wake up.
Hey, it's 3 a.m. Remember that thing you said like a week ago?
Remember that? Remember that weird interaction you had on stage? Idiot.
What was that about?
And then I get up and I'm like, I don't know what it was about. I felt cornered. Oh, God.
But
then it's time to come outside and watch the session.
One thing I'm trying to do a little bit, and I'm not practicing what I preach too well, but I had a little stretch reading when I can't fall asleep.
Okay, not bad.
Maybe you switch over to a little reading, because boy, when I read, my brain is like, and we'd rather be asleep.
Okay, let's do anything else with this. Holy Lord in heaven!
What
are you reading, Tom? Fiction, non-fiction?
Right now I'm rereading The War of Art, which I can't recommend enough.
War of Art.
It's a great book about the creative process. And then I'm also reading this fictional book called Good Omens that my brother gave me. And I've kind of paused, but I was reading a couple biographies as well.
Oh, yeah? Who?
Louis Anderson.
Louis.
Never finished that because it makes me sad. And then
you kind of know how that one ends.
It doesn't go till his death.
Oh, right.
He wrote it.
Right. He's like, and then I passed away, and then it just kind of trails off.
It's like in Monty Python. It's like there's a that's what it says. Yeah,
that is.
Yeah, I don't know, but I can't get through any of them because when I read, I fall asleep in about 5 minutes.
Wait, so you're doing The War of Art? Have you ever read The Art of War?
Never have.
I feel like every 17-year-old read that and they're like, I'm gonna take over the fucking world, dude.
Yeah. Is it like a war strategy book?
I mean, it's kind of like goes hand in hand with did you ever read like the 7 Laws of Power, that kind of thing, or the power, whatever it is?
No.
And it's just about like how to be a Machiavellian prick your entire life. It's like a horrible book to read. Because it's just people like biding their time and never being honest. And you're like, oh, okay, I guess these are good lessons, I think.
Yeah. So this is how you take over the world.
It's just how to be a bad person, I guess. Interesting read, though. Some fun stories. But yeah, War of Arts. I think I've read like half of it. And I was like, there we go.
Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff in there. Well, there's a lot of stuff in it that you're like, if you're trying to pursue something creative, a lot of it is like, yeah, damn it, that's me. Because it's all about like the shit we tell ourselves. The whole theory of resistance. That's most of it is like,
lay it on me. I don't think I remember this.
All this shit. Resistance is like anything that works against you doing your goals, and a lot of it is just like shit you create. So it's like excuses not to work on something. Substance. I mean, a lot of it is like turning to substances instead of doing what you actually want to do. And
Booze
like
Town.
how it's all yeah, for him it was like a million different things, but how it's like it's all just tied into being like you're afraid of pursuing the thing that you want to do. And the thing
Any
that
excuse will work.
the thing that you're afraid to do is typically what you should be doing. And then yeah, you throw shit in your own way. And it's about the whole book is about like getting out of your own way, basically.
And you're like, well, no, I can't go work on that bit. There's 8 beers in the fridge.
It's 8 beers in the fridge, and my roommate wants to hang out, even though I didn't
Right.
ask him if he wanted to. I'm just kind of talking to him in the living room.
And you're like, God, I guess we haven't really hung out in like 8 to 12 hours. I should probably catch up with this guy.
trying to be a good friend. Boy, speaking of being a good friend, I had a this is probably not that fun of a story, but Sunday night when I woke up from my little full night's sleep in the middle of the day, I had a like almost a full panic attack
Let's
about
go.
I've missed some big weddings for friends this year, and I've missed just a lot of stuff. And I just had this really bad feeling. I was like, I'm just like a shitty friend now because I've had to pick comedy over a lot of stuff. And oh, are you there? I thought you were frozen. And I canceled the weekend and decided to go to my friend's wedding in a few weeks in this like crazy spiral. And I'm happy with it.
Well, how are you feeling about it now? You don't.
Decision.
I was about to say you don't sound thrilled about the decision.
No, I'm thrilled with the decision. I'm not thrilled with like how it came up. Like you don't
like
realize
it shouldn't happen in the middle of a panic attack.
Exactly.
Right.
Because we're gonna have to be making these decisions and choices the rest of our careers.
Yeah, but you know what? The missing a wedding thing, Tom. Here's the best part: there were 400 other people there.
Yeah, but
they don't even know that you weren't there.
No.
Send them a toaster; they'll be fine.
I'm the best wedding guest.
Right. But they're fine.
I'm headlining the wedding, dude.
I know they're like, "Where's Tom? We wish he would do the worm on the dance floor. We love it when Tom does the worm." But like, I'm sure they had an amazing time, an amazing Tom. I think they had probably an amazing Tom at the wedding. And I think you're fine. Cut yourself a little slack. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
It's just a wedding. They invited a ton of people. People didn't go for much worse reasons. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, some people weren't even doing 20 in Grand Rapids, Michigan.
Some people were just at home going, I don't think we can get there.
Yeah, speaking of, by the way, I think we both just received the best wedding invite of all time. It was so funny when you sent that in the chat. I've got it queued up to go on my Instagram story. Our one of our good friends, Daryl Schmidt, sent us a lovely wedding invite. Tim, can you read it for me there?
It says at the top, it says, don't save the date. Nicole and Daryl, Ireland. No one is invited. I mean, that rules.
So awesome.
God, I'm just so jealous of this idea.
They just sent a thing that was like, hey, if we had a wedding, you would have been invited. But guess what? We don't care. And we're just going to Ireland.
We're just going to make a much better decision than spending a lot of money on a party so Tim can have 8 beers.
No, they're buying a house.
18. I was kind of hoping you'd let me slide on the 8 beers.
I almost did.
I felt the pause and I was like, no, here it comes. Here it comes.
Yeah, that really cracked me up. Don't save the date.
No one's invited. And on the back, it's like, hey, you have a free weekend on us.
Oh, yeah. Enjoy the free weekend on us.
Incredible. I mean, because there's another thing, Tom. It's just weddings you probably did these people a favor by not going there. Like, all right, we don't have to get that extra order of, I guess you'd have probably gone, no, probably not the fish. You'd have gone steak.
Oh, wait, can I tell you, this was pretty funny. At the last wedding I went to, all right, so about a year ago, I was at, maybe a couple years ago, I was at this wedding, and my aunt, I noticed she got the veggie thing, and I go, oh, the veggie risotto looks good. And she goes, I always get the veggie option at weddings because they make the least of it, and it's always, like, really good. And in my drunken mind there, that made sense. So now I've done it a couple times.
I don't know if I'm following the logic, but I'm into it.
I think it's because like it's always like chicken or beef,
right?
And then it's like or veggie,
Oh,
And
because
chicken
veggie's
and
not
beef-
as mass produced. Is that what the thing is?
yeah, and like there's just less people that choose that. So
Okay.
like going into the wedding, they're making like one thing of. But as I'm saying this, it doesn't
Yeah, I'm like,
really
I don't
make
like
sense.
they're like, oh, only 8 people want this. Let's put all of our time and effort into this.
Exactly. It doesn't make sense at all. So then I was like, all right, I kind of like this theory for some reason. And so I've done it a few times, but at a wedding that I went to in September, everyone's food starts coming out, and the it was like short ribs came out, and they looked so good. And then the salmon came out, and it looked so good. And I was like, damn it. In my head, I'm like, yeah, I think I picked the veggie option. And all my friends start making fun of me, like, why? And I was like, well, here's this thing that happened. But I did. Then the veggie option comes out, and it's like a veggie lasagna, and it looks killer.
Okay. There we go.
And it doesn't come to me. And I'm like, fuck, did I not get like a meal? I selected the vegan option,
Ooh.
which was like steamed vegetables over like rice, like brown rice or something. It was so bad.
God, that sucked. They just came and shot broccoli at you out of a t-shirt cannon. There you go.
It was
Think you're better than everybody?
steamed broccoli and carrots, because this was a wedding in Sheboygan, Wisconsin, by the way.
Yeah,
If you say
they're like,
you're vegan,
well, why the fuck did they even give a vegan option?
no idea. And I really fucking screwed the pooch. And it was so funny because I tried to stand by. I tried to be proud of it. And I was like, it's honestly really good. All my friends were just like, God, you're an idiot.
I mean, did you eat the whole thing? There's no way.
Yeah, I did. Kind of like out of protest. Well, it was about 6 bites.
I'm not mad at this. Look how yum yum yum. You're the only one talking throughout the entire meal. Yum, I love this.
Notice how many times I had to chew that piece of broccoli in order to swallow it. I had to wash it down with a cup of water.
Damn, that steak looks pretty gross. Will you cut me a bite so I can make sure how gross it looks? Because I just want to taste it to make sure. So hungry.
God. So, anyways, yeah, I think I'm done with that veggie situation.
It's a good theory as long as you don't put a lot of thought into it.
Yeah, it kind of makes sense on face value.
Because you're going, but I guess if somebody tells me their theory on something, I think my initial instinct is like,
Yeah.
that sounds pretty good. And then you start thinking about it, and you're like, wait a second, this sucks.
Well, I also I kind of love like anything with like weddings or like anything where someone has like a plan or a
like a little life
strategy.
hack. Yeah.
I like
Love that.
hearing that shit. I like someone's like, someone will go up to the bar and be like, you tip 10 first, then 5 on the second drink.
And then you're good after that.
Yeah, that bartender's in your pocket. It's like he doesn't remember you.
Yeah.
But I like anyone that has a plan of
Has a
attack.
little thing. Yeah, because I'm always going to give it a shot.
Yeah, me too.
Always. They're like, yeah, you tip big up front, then you're just set for the rest of the night. I'm like, or how about riddle me this one? What if I didn't tip at all?
And we got the same level of service.
And because he was already paid.
250 people here, and he's not going to remember us individually.
And he also does not have the authority to not serve me. So sorry. He can't be like, nah, fuck this guy.
But the second that person tells you that little strategy, you are kind of in for a second.
You're going, not bad.
Yeah,
That's
I like
not
that.
bad. Now, anybody with a strategy I'm into, and look, I'll give it a shot.
Yeah.
I'll always give it a little go. I don't know if I'm going to adopt it into my own personal life, Tom.
Well, no, you do it. You give it a shot, and then you find yourself in Sheboygan chewing on a carrot, and you go, maybe I should stop taking what people say at face value.
Yeah, I mean, Sheboygan also not known for their like culinary expertise, so they're not really whipping up a vegan dish that's really blowing your tits off.
No, you know what you do eat in Wisconsin? The meat. You go the great short rib.
Yeah, always 10 times
You're
out of
good at
10.
that.
Kind of doesn't matter what city you're in. You always go short rib over carrot.
God damn it. That's like an old say. Are you more of a short rib or a carrot?
Or a carrot guy.
Mm.
I'll have one celery stick. Thank you so much.
Is there any chance that's like only steamed for like 12 seconds?
Because I'd like a nice crunch to it. I'd like for it to taste bad, and I want to regret it a lot. This last wedding, did you say anything? Did you give a little speech?
No. I went to a wedding on Saturday. I've been going to weddings.
Damn, dude.
But no, the last wedding I went to, no speech needed.
That's the best. A nice carefree wedding.
I haven't done time at a wedding since August when I emceed the rehearsal dinner, and I
Right.
got to just have a couple riffs that I definitely didn't write, just tossed in there that kind of crushed.
Love that. Love. I mean, like if you're bombing at a wedding, it's a next level bomb because people are really rooting for you.
All you got to do at a wedding, you do a little bit of writing. Every time someone says the thing, because I've just seen so many, and it's usually the guys. Sorry to be an ally for women here, but it's usually the best man. Well, they'll go, I know what I'm gonna say, but
They've got the pillars.
Did you?
They think they've got the pillars, and then they think they have the chops to swing.
Guess what, buddy? You're not getting reps in.
You don't have the chops, man.
Come
Most
on.
of your day is on email. I know those riffs on email seem pretty sick, but it's not going to work in front of 200. You're going to get clammy.
Yeah, you can't include the GIF from Tim Robinson in your speech.
And he's going, oh, no, wait, no one can see the guy falling out of the casket. Fuck. Fuck.
Yeah, and that's when you get the classic wedding riffs of like, yeah, we don't need to talk about freshman year.
Yeah, I mean, this guy knows how to put him back. Oh, great.
Right.
Yeah, tell us more about how he's an alcoholic. This rules. We've
Tim,
all been a victim to that one. Go ahead, Tom.
I had I don't even know what category this story falls into, but it really just cracked me up. On Friday night, I'm leaving the bar. It's about 2:30. I'm a little tuned up. I'm getting an Uber back to my parents' house in Minnesota, and I get in this Uber, and it's like a young Ethiopian kid. He's like newer.
How do you know he's Ethiopian?
He killed me pretty quick.
Oh, okay.
He was
How did that come about?
He was just like super talkative.
Oh, okay. He's like, Tommy? Yeah, good. I'm Ethiopian. So
are you where are you from? No, I think I said he was like are you going back home? And I was like, yeah, I'm from here originally. And he's like, nice, I'm from Ethiopia, but I just moved here. And so we're talking, and it turns out it's his third ever Uber ride.
Ruh-roh.
Which, like, you know, some days I would probably be like, fuck. But in my little drunk, happy mindset, I just did like 4 good shows. I was like, hey, everyone's got to have a third ride.
Take your time, brother. You're doing great.
Like,
I say
you're
brother to
great.
everybody, not just because you're from Ethiopia. Sorry, I'm going to sit in the back and shut my mouth now.
Yeah, but he had like he had water bottles in the back seat, like in the center console, folded down. It's kind of nice. Loved it. I drank 2 of them, and I'm like, oh, dude, you're doing great. You know, car smells good. Water bottles are great.
You're doing great.
I'm like, this guy's killing it. We're talking. I'm excited for him. Whatever. He misses my exit, and which is fine. We've all missed an exit.
Still, this is still fine because it's a real low stakes Uber ride.
Yeah,
you got nothing to get to.
No, it's
You're
like
fine.
It's also like a 9-minute drive.
Yeah,
and he misses the exit. And when I tell you that he lost composure, I mean, dude, he just
damn it. Professionality went out the window.
Fell apart. He was like, "Oh shit, was that your exit?" And I was like, "Yeah, it was, but it's not a big deal. There's another one like a mile up here." And I'm like, just get off at this one. And he's like, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. So sorry. And then he's like, he weaves into the other lane to like speed up to get to the next one. And I'm like, oh, buddy, we're fine.
Kind of he hits that jerk where you're like, oh, okay. So now we're really NASCARing around. Let's not.
Exactly. It's hard to jerk on a lane change. But that's exactly what it was. It was the phew.
It's just that like physics hits you a little bit and you're like, okie dokie. Yeah. Let's tone it down here, bud.
I'm a little tuned up too. I'm like, oh, I don't need to throw up back here. So I was like, oh, he's like, yeah, just get off at Snelling. You're fine. And he's like, it's just kept saying, I'm sorry. It gets off at Snelling at the next exit and then immediately turns the wrong way.
Yeah, this guy was so flustered. Dude. This is the equivalent of trying to riff your groomsman speech. This guy.
Exactly. You just stay in the pocket, dude. Just take a breath.
Also, hey, look at your phone. Your phone's
GPS
telling you
it's
telling you where to go. And if there is a certain option where it'll say it out loud.
Yeah,
And
I'm
then
not
you
a
don't even
fan
have to
of that
guess
typically. But
Oh, hey, as long as you get me where my fat buns are going, do whatever you need to do. I don't
it
need you
was
eyeballing it.
it was just turned from a 9-minute Uber ride to about a 25.
Okay,
And
so he fucked that one up pretty good.
I
Then.
mean, because then he got on the wrong side of the highway, and it
Oh
was
my
just,
god. Okay, this is a young kid?
yeah, I would say he was probably like 23,
Okay, so he's not. I was hoping he was pretty new to driving.
new to the United States of America.
Yeah, I don't. Do they? This here's or do they drive in Ethiopia?
For sure.
Oh, okay, sick. Yeah, okay.
He was a fine driver. He had no composure.
Well, he was in the pocket until what he needs to learn how to handle a little adversity. If I have any advice for this guy,
exactly.
I mean, when the pocket collapses, you got to still stay in there and be able to throw the ball.
Well, yeah, because here's the thing: if we're watching the tape, when you weren't getting a lot of defensive pressure and your offensive line was holding up, you were doing fine.
Everything's great then.
You were throwing the out route, you were doing fine.
Mm-hmm.
The pocket collapsed a little bit, and he just went down.
Everybody's got a plan until they get punched in the nose, Tom.
That's exactly it. It's resistance. It's the war of art, dude.
But this was him. He had a big project he had to work on at home, and he was like, "I'm just going to take like 30 left turns instead of going to work on my art."
Exactly. I'm just gonna kind of ruin the end of this guy's night. But it was so funny because I was so on his side at the beginning of the ride that
I was about to say
I couldn't really bail on him.
Well, when did it? Because at a certain point, like 1, 2 bad turns, I'm like, all right, fine. If it starts hitting 3, 4, I'm like, hey, what do we? Do you need me to drive? Because I'm hammered and I'll do it better than you.
Because I know exactly where we are right now. No,
like you're a.
I was
flopping.
I was in a good enough mood that I was like, I just started writing it down in my notes, and I was kind of just having a laugh about it.
You're like, hey man, you don't know, but this is kind of great for me right now.
Yeah, I was like, this is cracking me up. I'm gonna tell Tim about it.
Man, the moment you got out of that car, that guy took a deep breath.
Yeah.
And he said, "Thank Christ."
That was, yeah. I mean, third ride, tough third ride. I have no idea what his first 2 rides look like.
I mean, if he was bringing you to the airport, he might as well just wrap that thing around a pole because that's going to be a real tough look.
Yeah, I mean, he gets yelled at by one of the people that's like, you can't park here.
He just gets out of the car. That's what I would be like, hey, man, car's yours now.
Full sprint.
Dude, I was thinking about that. I'm in an Oobs Magoobs the other day, and, like you're in your hometown. You're like, oh, I know where I'm at. I don't know where I'm at in New York ever.
No.
And like sometimes, like, if you're in the hat, you're trying to come back out of the hat and or vice versa. Sometimes they take these routes and I'm like, this guy could be literally taking me anywhere.
Trying to pull a Timmy out of a hat.
That's not bad.
That's fun. Come on.
And I'm just
yes, I agree with when you get on you'll get on like a bridge or a tunnel and you're like, well, I don't know which one we're crossing right now.
Or like at one time I like kind of felt like we weren't going where we needed to be going. I was like, how do I even confront this guy? I'm like, hey, excuse me, sir. I don't know. Are we? Is this? We're probably going the right way, right?
Excuse me, sir. I have no idea where I am right now.
But I am gonna fucking accuse you of doing something. Are you trying to take me somewhere, dude? You know what? I have no clue. I'm in like Jersey. I'm like looking like there's Jersey. I don't know if I'm supposed to be near Jersey. And then bada boom, bada bing. 2 seconds later, East Village. I don't know how we got there.
Oh, because you're not really supposed to be near Jersey.
Hey Tom, we're riffing here.
Oh, okay.
We're just having fun here.
I was like, why were you over there, dude? I checked your schedule. You weren't supposed to be in Jersey.
No, you don't have anything in Jersey until mid-March.
Yeah.
What the hell were you doing over there?
Oh,
like, fuck, that guy was trying to take advantage of me.
Yeah, it's the Ubers in. I mean, first off, you got to stop Ubering in New York.
Sometimes you have to, Tom.
Although I convinced myself of that last week, and I think it took me longer to get to the place I was going than it would have on the train.
And here's the thing. They say New York's a city that never sleeps. This place is sleeping all the time, Tom. This place only sleeps. I think it's this post-COVID New York. It just ain't the same.
It's soft. I remember when I used to live in New York, like in the early 90s, it was just, God, it was cool. It was just
this place is really softened
just
up.
Cocaine and Quaaludes, and it was, God, I used to really live there.
What do you know about Quaaludes? I've only heard good things from the older generations, but isn't it pretty much a horse tranquilizer?
Yeah, I think so. I only know Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah, I've heard of Lewd is pretty fun.
It doesn't
I
look super chill in that movie.
Yeah, it looks like you just like might shit your pants. That's
Yeah.
like the big thing,
It's like, yeah, but you might not too.
but you might not. Like, damn, dude, we had such a good time last night. Oh, what happened? Tom shit his pants.
But I didn't.
Ludes were good. Ludes were solid. But yeah, this city's like always. I was home at midnight the other night, and I said Timmy needs a Gatorade. Walk my buns over to the bodega. It's closed. Tom?
No.
It's midnight. It's Saturday. What?
Saturday bodega closed at midnight.
Midnight.
Oh,
What
you gotta
we-
get out of Ridgewood.
What are we doing, Tom?
Ridgewood's
I'm
sleepy.
trying to get a Gatorade.
Gotta be able to get a raid at midnight. I
midnight.
love a late night Gatorade.
I need a 32-ounce yellow Gatorade right now.
Yeah. Are
Could
you
do
doing
it.
Gatorade Zero or full raid?
Full raid. The zero just doesn't have the same zip.
I also think there's something else in there that's probably bad for you.
Yeah, it's not like they're gonna make it healthy. They literally just changed the packaging and they were like, yeah, they'll believe anything. They'll just go ahead, drink it, idiot.
I buy them though.
What's the big? It's like less. What's less in there?
There's no sugar theoretically, but there's something else in there that makes it taste good.
I ain't buying it. Look, if I'm going to Gatorade, I know what I'm getting. Jordan used to drink it when he was in the finals. It's not good enough for me. I don't think so.
Jordan's burning 10,000 calories in an hour.
Yeah, but I'm on a calorie deficit, so we're pretty much on the same level.
That's actually a good point. I wonder
You know
if
what I'm
he was
saying?
ever living at a calorie def.
Well, it's like, Michael Phelps used to eat like 20,000 calories a day, but he was burning like 21,000. So it's like a net negative 1,000. That's pretty much where I'm at.
Okay, you're burning about 900 and eating
Ipso
500.
facto, Olympic athlete.
Yeah, you have the bod for it.
I don't want to toss it out there, but kind of an elite athlete.
If you had to right now, if someone was like, you have a bid for the Olympics, I don't think that's what that is called, but they were like, hey, you have to try out for the Olympics in a sport. What would you start pursuing right now?
Like, what would be the most fun, or what would be the most attainable?
Both.
Both. Most fun. I mean, come on. I'm lacing up the sneakers, Tom.
Yeah, I gotta go basketball.
Come on. Gonna go, be the sixth man with someone. I mean, I'd probably be in the starting
You're
five.
giving yourself
I'd be in the
six,
starting
man.
five.
Yeah, take a seat, Russ Westbrook.
I mean, I've gotten sixth man of the year award the last 4 years in the NBA. Why wouldn't I do it in the Olympics?
That's true. Might as well do it in the picks.
So basketball would be the most fun.
All right, yeah. So then I guess the real question was, if right now someone was like, you have to start training for the next Olympics, and if you get in, you get $50 million in a Netflix special. What do you think you would have the best shot at?
I mean, probably like a curling situation.
Oh, yeah, that's smart.
Something in that arena. Not a ton of athletic ability. Just more of like a nice smooth touch. I get 4 years to work on my touch.
Yeah,
Come on.
You can work on the touch.
That's
Man,
not bad.
that would be fun. Yeah, it's kind of like, it's kind of like bags. It's like playing cornhole.
Yeah, it's just do it over and over and over. And then I get really, really good at curling. And they're like, all right, nice. But you do have a Netflix special now. And I'm like, oh, I didn't. Well, I wasn't working on that. Yeah, this is going to suck. I'm great at curling.
But you have $50 million at that point.
True. I mean, I could probably just take the L on the Netflix special.
You could take the L on Netflix.
I mean, I could just go full Tony Hinchcliffe and it gets put up and then brought down within a week.
Yes, that's the goal. Man, I just got a YouTube comment that said I would something about how I'm similar to Tony Hinchcliffe, and I want to go ahead and delete whatever that video was.
Oopsies.
Yeah.
What was the similarity?
No idea. It's my Joe Biden joke.
Boy, Hinchcliffe comparison. You don't love that.
Hate it. In fact, I hate it.
I mean, were you wearing like a Joker belt or shoes or anything like that?
No, but at the end, I did say like a bunch of slurs.
Oh, well, there it is right there. That's an easy.
Yeah, that was probably it.
Yeah, you just cut that part of it out and you're good to go.
Hey, you guys, that was a joke. I don't do that.
No, not on stage at least. You should see him in the group chat, everybody. It's horrific.
See me in the green room as well. I'm really letting loose in there. I don't
All
know
right,
what
well,
I don't know
what
what
would
I
your
would do.
Olympic?
For some reason, the first one that popped into my head was the one where you ski and shoot.
But that would still be tough. What
It would
are
be
you
really
thinking
hard
about?
because
Like
I'm not a
what do you
very
think-
good cross country skier.
What about but that still requires that's a young man's game.
That's true. I don't have the shoulders or knees for that.
What about what about a luge situation?
I could do a luge. That's a sprint.
Bobsled.
Oh, that's what I was thinking. Is that
What is a
different?
luge?
I think bobsled is a luge.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Bobsled. You could be in the back. There's the guy, or no, I think the guy in the middle is the least consequential. So like, just be the guy in the middle.
Because I don't want to have to. I could steer. I don't want to do the I don't want to do the sprint. Oh, I think we all sprint. Don't.
I think everybody's sprinting. And
I
then
don't
you all
get to
jump
just
in.
hang out up there.
You're
While
just sitting in there, and they're like, Tom, you just sit your pretty little mouth right there.
That's what I want to do. Can I just kind of what's it called? Like get a little free ride on the bobsled?
You guys are just dead last, and they're like, oh, everyone was sprinting. They just didn't have one guy in there having a fun time.
That usually one guy sits. I'm like, hey,
You should have
was
in the
fun.
bobsled texting. Boo, boo, boo.
I got a tweet doing pretty well actually.
They're like, wait, hold on, everybody. Tom's going semi-viral right now. Yeah, I mean, bobsled, that would be a good. And then what's your most fun?
I mean,
B-ball?
I think you nailed it with curling. That's probably the best bet you have.
That's got to be the easiest. And hey, and no disrespect to the curlers. I mean, those guys are amazing. But as far as like an any man sport,
yes, it's less like you don't have to be at the peak of your athletic ability.
right? You don't see like a 6'11" absolute freak of nature walk by, and you're like, these curling dudes are just different.
Yeah. Most
just
fun,
look like
I think I would go soccer or hockey.
Hockey or soccer? Okay, sure. Nice team sport. Not mad at that.
Little relive the miracle. You know.
Also, I wouldn't
Miracle
be mad at like some summer Olympic games. I wouldn't be mad at being out there on the track and field just to watch these fucking people.
Yeah, maybe toss a javelin or two.
Javelin. I don't know if I got the stones for a javelin.
I dislocated my shoulder opening a heavy sliding door. I don't think I could be throwing a javelin.
My shoulder fell out last night because I slept on it weird.
Really?
I was like, huh? No, Tom, we're riffing, dude.
Oh, well, that does happen to me.
But if I sometimes if I like point in a weird direction, sometimes my shoulder gets a little goofy.
Same. And that's just like, I think that's just like being older.
Yeah, I'm trying to come up with a lie. Like if something does happen, because you can't say I was pointed a little too hard.
No.
Saw something exciting, pointed, shoulder fell out. Can't do that.
Dude, but has anyone ever seen you like catch it and like react to it?
And they're like, what was that? I'm like, it's just an old, when I used to cage fight, it's an old cage fighting injury.
I was leaning on a table like this, actually at a wedding of all places, like this. And then I like went to get up and it popped down. And then I was like, and everyone was like, what the hell was that? I'm like, shoulder popped out. I was leaning a little too hard on the table.
Any lie, or did you just go with just full?
Shoulder. I have no tendons left in my shoulders.
Are you going to get surgery on that thing?
Thinking about it.
Probably should.
Probably
you want to throw a baseball with your damn kid?
Yeah, I do have a kid. So
kid's on the way. You don't know that yet, though. She called me.
Jesus. Before then, I need to pay for my car to get fixed. It's in the shop right now, and I've kind of put off everything that they've recommended the last like 5 times I've been in, and I knew this one was coming. It was kind of like everything they recommend at 30,000 miles past when I bought it, and I'm at like 50,000 miles now.
Yeah, like Tom, these are just bald tires you're on right now. Please, for the health and safety of our community, get new tires.
It's the belts, it's the fluids, I'm every single one of these changes they recommended. I looked up if I could do it by myself online, and pretty much none of them with a Mazda is easy. So I'm looking at about 2 G's right now.
Ooh, fluids? You can't do fluids?
Fluids you can, but in order to get like a full wash, you kind of got to get under the car, and I don't really know how to do
Yeah,
that.
you don't have the equipment for
And
that.
that's not the expensive part. The expensive part is the belt that is rusted through and ripping. And yeah, I'm really dreading it. But you know what sucks with these car dealerships? This is not an original take. Everyone feels this way, I think. Even if they're not fucking you, there's just no way to prove that they aren't.
Well, you're just in such an unknown area. You're going, you could tell me anything.
It's
right
the same
now.
as being in an Uber ride home in New York.
Yeah. You're going, yeah, I think so.
This doesn't feel good, but sure.
I don't know. I'll only know if I'm getting fucked in the act of it.
Yeah.
Like, you'll only know if you turn the corner and they're like, hey, we're actively fucking over that guy over there right now named Tom.
Yeah.
You'll never know.
No.
What you need to
they
do.
won't call me Tom, by the way. This dealership is hilarious. It's clear they tell them all to refer to people by their last names, but this guy was really flustered because I was a little angry talking to him on the phone. Because it took forever yesterday, and then they had to keep it overnight. But it's very funny when someone has to try to treat you with respect by being like, yes, I hear you, Mr. Schneeman, is what he should be saying. And he was like, yeah, I hear you, Mr. Sheedabin. Yeah, Mr. Shin. And I'm like, it's fine.
And you're like, I've never felt better about changing my last name to Brennan than I do right now. All right, Mr. Schneebly. What is that from? Mr. Schneebly. Oh, that's School of Rock. Sorry.
School of Rock. It's Schneeble.
I mean, what you should do, where are you at on a second opinion, Tom? I mean, your dad's a doctor. Second opinion should be name of the game.
Yeah. What is that an old Rodney joke? The second opinion joke?
Rodney Dangerfield?
Yeah, I think it's Rodney. He was like, I asked him for a second opinion. He's like, well, I think you're fat too.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that one's just good.
It's just a great layup of
good.
a joke.
Yeah, you go get these fucking guys' quotes and then go down the street and say, hey, what do you think about this shit?
Yeah, that's why I didn't take action. So it's not actually going to be $2,000, but that was like the quote. I declined 2 of the services because I'm gonna go somewhere else.
When they told you $2,000, did you give them like the long stare, like kind of like the come on, what are we doing here stare? And they're going, all right, 1,700. Then you go, come on, and they're like 1,400, and you're like, fellas, $900.
Fellas, let's just put a 50 on the table. And I go, I think we're all square here.
How far can that take me?
He said we can give you a bird scooter home.
They just hand you your keys back. Why don't you go ahead and get the hell out of here?
Yeah, get the fuck out of here. No, I think I'm gonna get out of there for about 1,000 today.
Thou?
Which still doesn't feel good, but
it's not terrible.
I've been putting a lot of it off. That is my brother. My fucking DIY brother is gonna hate hearing this on the pod.
When you first said that, I thought you were like, yeah, my DUI brother. I was like, dude, that's kind of why are you calling him out like that?
DIY.
Yeah, my fucking alcoholic brother. I was like, Jesus Christ, dude. What are you doing that for?
My brother like fixes his car and shit.
But yeah, your brother's a man, Tom.
Yeah, he really turned into a man. When did that happen?
Doesn't that suck?
He eats deer and fixes his car.
I always thought, I don't know if we've discussed this before. I always thought you just kind of I thought time took care of that. Yeah, I thought eventually you turned into a man. That's just not how it works. You have to like actively do it.
You have to acquire those skills. And I don't like that.
Riddle me this, Tom. Do you acquire those skills and then become a man? Or do you put yourself in situations where you have to acquire those skills and then you kind of back into being a man? What do you think about that?
Wow, that could be. You focus on the journey, not the destination.
Bingo. So it's like, you're a good dad, but you weren't. So I just proved my point. It's got to be you back in.
Wait, what? Why? I didn't follow.
Because it's like if you're a good dad, how'd you know that you were a good dad before you had the kid? So you had the kid, and then you had to acquire the dad skills.
Oh, I get what you're saying. Yeah. You can't just say like I'm a good dad if you don't have kids.
But it's like you don't know. Put in a situation where you got to step up. That's what I think. That's how I think maybe you become a man. It's like you just continually take on more responsibility, and then you got to figure it out. What do you think about that?
Maybe I shouldn't have roommates and be just pursuing a passion that I love. not really taking on that many real life responsibilities. Honestly, this car thing's kind of the most important thing going on in my life.
I know
right
you
now.
sound pretty flustered. I think it is a very
I have
selfish.
I have nothing going on.
I also love that it's like you don't even like you're not even arguing like these guys are trying to fuck me. They're saying this belt's got two. You have no clue.
No idea.
You're just like, yeah.
I did see at least like the
feels
belt.
weird.
It is ripped. I can see that. And I'm like, that doesn't look good. I don't really know what it is, but I don't think it should be ripped.
So did that come ripped? Are they doing ripped belts now?
No, I think Mazda's actually that's kind of their calling card. It's a little ripped belt, tensioner belt.
I'm in the same goddamn boat, Tom. I mean, I would like to be a man.
Yeah,
but
wouldn't it be
not
cool?
one.
Yeah, although not the coolest time to be a straight white man. It's better to be a little boy.
A straight white child.
I'm a confused boy.
Talked about this pursuing a passion, any sort of creative passion, is embarrassing.
It's inherently embarrassing.
It's embarrassing and it's very selfish. And I think maybe that's the most embarrassing part is like, oh, so most people try to hide how selfish they are. Not anybody pursuing comedy. They're like, how about this?
Yeah, but here's the thing. I don't have what my old software sales job is like less selfish of me.
Well, I don't know. Go on.
I guess if I had like kids, comedy would feel more selfish. Right now, it's like
sure.
It's like
sure.
I don't know. It's for sure. I don't really have a great argument for this because it's for sure a narcissistic, attention-seeking profession.
See, I don't think it is.
I'm just well, what's the line?
I'm just fuck. I don't want to say misunderstood asshole, but I'm just a narcissistic
asshole. That's what it is.
I'm just a narcissistic asshole who doesn't. Oh man, just that writing. For anyone who doesn't know what we're talking about, I'm dying up here. Some of the worst writing on planet Earth.
And I've watched the whole series through 3 times,
3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Tom, do you think you're a narcissist though? I don't think I'm a narcissist.
No, I don't. I don't know. I think I'm really important.
Sure.
And I'm fucking around. It's like, no, I don't think I'm a narcissist. I just kind of value my stuff higher than everyone around me.
It's not narcissism if you're correct.
That's the thing. It's not main character syndrome if you are the main character.
Like I am kind of a world-renowned thinker. And that's not my fault. I just got born with a great brain.
Is it narcissism or does the world have to hear about my recent flight on Spirit Airlines?
Yeah. I think cats are weird. Wait till you hear this shit.
You can't call that narcissistic. You're sharing that with the world.
But I mean, okay, so you're in therapy. Have you all ever crossed this bridge? Do you think you're a narcissist?
We've never really talked narcissism, but it's the attention seeking is rooted in something else. For me, it's very easy. I grew up in a family of 8 kids.
Right. I mean, mine might be moved around a lot, youngest kid.
For sure.
I never felt deprived of attention, though. I think maybe that's how I gained friends.
Yeah, I was not deprived of attention. I got attention in a big family.
Oh, there it is. Okay.
So it's like I was kind of like a morphine baby, Like I got addicted early.
Needed it.
Because I was the lone boy in a sea of girls. So I got a little special attention.
What if I started tap dancing a little bit?
For real. That's not an exaggeration. I did musical theater.
I have tried to read stuff about this because I would like to know why. Every person that does comedy has a different why. But I've read that it's either kids like you that got a ton of attention. Usually it's only children. So they just need to maintain that level of attention getting, or it's the youngest that never had the attention. So now they're always fighting for it. I don't know. I feel like I got my little attention when I was a kid, I guess. I never felt deprived of it.
It probably was moving around and winning people over. You constantly had to be the new guy on the playground, making jokes,
possibly
making friends.
Possibly.
That's what you're doing. You probably had a couple opening lines.
I was riffing a little bit. Had to be riffing.
Yeah, for sure. But I bet there was a couple lines you reused. You had an act.
That would be incredible. People are like, wait a second.
He's not
Just like
even
some
doing
guy
new.
who also happened to move and like I didn't know it. And he's like, well, you're doing the same shit that you did in New York.
I'm doing new out here. I'm dying.
I'm actually testing material and everybody hates me.
Tim's playing the hits and he's winning everyone over. I thought we were working on shit here, buddy.
He's just going around the playground like he hasn't written anything since he moved here.
Oh God.
This is old as hell.
Well, we gotta wrap this up. I wanted to give a 0 nomination out, but I always feel bad when it's like a minimum wage level worker. But
Yeah, you
I
kind of have to
watched-
stop hating poor people, Tom.
I just well, I'm one of them now, so I'm allowed to hate poor people.
Oh, you're one of them.
Yeah,
Okay, sure.
I'm very poor right now.
Yeah. Tell that to your guitar hanging on the wall, dude. That's rich as hell.
I bought that when I had a job.
Damn, is that a Fender?
I don't even know what it is. It sucks. I watched these guys on the tarmac about a week ago taking bags off an airplane in a way. I mean, this guy must have his wife just left him that morning. The
Chunking 'em.
anger with which he was. So there's a ramp that goes down,
Sure.
He's going about 1 every 3 is falling off the side of the ramp.
Because he's chunking them too hard.
Yeah, dude.
That fucking rules.
And it was like it's like a bounce and then off the side and then it's 12 feet to the cement.
Oh, this isn't like he's any remorse at all for this guy?
Oh, dude, this is from the plane to the ground, and all I'm thinking is like, fuck, I've checked like my camera before.
Yeah, you start thinking, what's in my bag right now?
Yeah, I'm never putting anything valuable in there again.
You're like, I think my notebook can withstand that.
It was like it was like a wrestling move where he'd like take him and be like, whoo, whoosh.
Was there anyone next to him like, hey?
There were
Cool.
guys on the ground. He was manning the
Just getting hit with luggage?
No, they were at the bottom of the ramp. They're going to collect the ones that are falling off. I don't think they cared either.
So he never adjusted. This guy's throwing pick sixes the whole game, never adjusted.
I watched him for about 10 minutes, and I watched him unload a whole plane, and about a third of those bags fell 12 feet on
Incredible. I
It
mean,
was-
none of the
kinda
bags
cracking
busted
me
wide
up.
open.
No, I mean, some of them had to have cracked. Like, I have kind of a shitty hard case one. Like, there's no
Yeah.
way that's surviving that.
Oh, mine would have broken. Mine's made of glass. So it would have broken into 2,000 pieces.
It was killing me. I wish I had filmed it. I was just like cracking up, but also like, hey, this sucks.
Like, hey, you're like ruining people's belongings just because you don't like your job.
Yeah, and everyone else can see you.
I have a different 0. I have a rich kid 0.
Oh, let's hear it. Let's
A
close
little-
on a 0.
Doing a show at the Cub, the tiniest Cub.
Tiniest
So
little
small.
cupboard you've ever seen.
And, there's, it's
Wait. Give us a microphone adjustment before you do this. It's cutting out.
oh, it can get a
Don't
little,
touch the cord.
don't touch that. Don't touch that. When you're trying to tell about 0, don't touch that.
I don't know it at all. Also, you
Oh,
gotta
okay.
stop moving. The second you start moving.
What the hell? I haven't changed anything. I've been doing the whole pod.
I don't know.
So, I'm at the tiniest cupboard in Brooklyn, and sometimes that space can get a little hip,
This is a comedy club, by the way.
Oh, right. Yes, this is very.
I'm in
people
this
perform.
tiny little cupboard in Brooklyn.
I was like, dude, are you all right? Why are you doing time in that thing? It can get a little where it's like not necessarily a comedy crowd that is loving
Yeah, dude.
this shit
I
that you're
believe
up to,
Told the story where it's still probably
Oh.
the hardest bomb of my life. You witnessed
Right.
it. It was right there.
And it's like it was like kind of a goof. I was like goofy and loose, so it was like completely fine. Testing out knew what the score was. And there's these 21-year-olds, and like they're 21. They're not even really human beings. Like, but he's got his feet up on the stage, and I didn't really realize it, but he's got they look like fucking, and it made me feel so old. I mean, they look like Ronald McDonald boots. but like they were black, but like the sheer size of these boots were like hilarious.
Yeah.
And so I was like, whoa, holy shit, I'm just now noticing these boots. I don't know anything about fashion, Tom. And he was like, yeah, you want to try them on? And his girlfriend was like, yeah, try on the Balenciagas. Oh my God, the Balenciaga. If you don't know, look up Balenciaga boots and scroll until you find the most clownish, ridiculous looking shoes. This man is, I mean, they look like they were 42 pounds of shoe. They were enormous shoes.
Wait, before do you know how much they cost?
I believe they're about $1,600.
Yeah, I see them for 1,800 here.
Just the stupidest looking shoes.
This is maybe the ugliest boot I've ever seen in my life.
Ever. I mean, ever. And they're on a 21-year-old who weighs 86 pounds. This kid looked like you in the 10th grade.
Okay, so at least he looked sick as hell.
So I'm like I'm trying to yeah. Oh, okay. So at least he was actually getting there. So I'm trying to like get off stage. Like I got the light. But I just noticed these shoes, and then that it comes out before you even know. I'm like, oh, what the fuck are those? So now they're like, come on, try on the Balenciaga, and they're like getting their other friends involved. So now they're all like, come on, dude, like.
Who are these people?
You ever tried on Balenciagas before? So he takes both the shoes off and like sets them on the stage. And
I'm confused. What are you doing as he's taking the shoes off?
I'm just staring at him, trying to figure out what's the move here.
Is the rest of the room like, is it just, are they bombing?
Yeah, it's not. I mean, it's like their little circle, and it's not like people aren't loving what they're up to.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'm like, all right, I got my little plan in place. So I wait he takes the one shoe off, and I'm like, all right, he's definitely going to take the next shoe off. So I wait for him to and take the next shoe off, and he sets up on stage like he's the big man. And then I just turned to the crowd, and I was like, thanks, guys, so much. I'm Tim Smith. And I walked right off. And then his fucking dumbass had to just take his Ronald McDonald shoes off the stage and put them back on.
Funny.
And that got a nice big pop, but it was like they were trying to like
flex,
yeah, with like the and then I'm like, okay, I can't get into the old man thing of like these are so ugly.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Even though they are, but
horrific. You're looking at a photo.
Yeah,
but it was like I think the move is let him paddle all the way out into the water, and then I just bail on his ass,
and then just take his oar away and see you later. Yeah, that is the move. I think you played that absolutely correct. Maybe. I mean, yeah. First off, yeah, you truly can't try them on, because then what do? You try them on, and then you're like,
now I'm standing there.
Well, that was like 3 minutes.
Yeah, just now I just have them on, and I'm like, yeah.
I thought you were gonna say you took them with you, which would have been fun too.
Just watch them freak the fuck out. Just pick them up and thanks, guys. I'm Tim.
Thank you. This is my rent.
And they exactly. But like they kept saying Balenciaga in a way that was
that's
like
the zero.
Let's tone it down.
Behavior.
Let's tone this all the way down.
Because if you're wearing those and you get first off, you put them on the stage, unbelievably rude. I hate when people do that.
Boo.
So you're wearing those, that's already poo behavior. But then if you get called out for wearing these ridiculous boots and you just go, yeah, I know, they're insane. And then you take them off the stage, guess what? It's over. Maybe you have some playful banter, but you finally notice these are Balenciagas, you poor bitch.
Yeah, no, it was also like, yeah, you probably want to try these on.
I know you want to try them on.
Like you've probably never seen $1,400 shoes before, which I don't think I have.
Yeah, I've never
not knowingly.
Them. Yeah.
Yeah. But these popped out because of how.
Spin?
Yeah, go ahead, test them out. You want to look ridiculous for 10 to 15 seconds? I was like,
I think you played that right. Wow.
So yeah, I'm tossing zero at him and his girlfriend. Each time they said Balenciaga, I could feel like I started to boil. I really had to hold it in.
Well, you're at the end of your set. You can't let the vision go full red.
Yeah. Anywho, that's my fucking zero. Let's get the hell out of here.
Ding, 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 zero. All right. Well, this comes out Thursday. I'll be in Cleveland this weekend if anyone's there. And then I just want to plug Orlando in December, headlining a one-nighter, and then Minneapolis. We got some pod listeners in the Twin Cities, St. Paul, Minneapolis. buy your New Year's tickets now for me and Jeffrey Asmus. We
Get 'em.
are doing a bunch of shows and they're already selling pretty well. So get your tickies now so we can decide if we have to add shows. New Year's, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, bunch of shows. Go buy tickets.
St. Paul, Minnesota, everybody. That's where they're at.
Yeah, it's Minneapolis, but St. Paul is the better city, and I appreciate you saying that.
I would never give Minneapolis that credit.
No, they don't have a hot tub in my parents' backyard.
No, they do not. And I've been in that hot tub. And guess where it was at? St. Paul.
Yeah, you
Tom,
put time in that hot tub.
you better believe it. Put my dick and balls in there too.
All right. Well,
It was in there.
it's really fucked up to say, dude. Like someone who's like doesn't understand that the whole body is
That
in
your
there.
whole body has to go in there. Actually, none of my body was in there, just my dick and balls.
Dude, you put your dick and balls in my hot tub?
Oh God. I'm in New York City all goddamn weekend. I'm in Portsmouth, New Hampshire. Next weekend. That'll be fun. Get a ticket. Follow us on Instagram. We post shit on there all the time.
Tell a friend too. Tell a friend about the pod.
What if you told a friend?
Tell a friend. Tell someone that like you don't even know that good. Tell a work acquaintance who's going to be a little annoyed that you're recommending another podcast to them.
Find a minimum wage worker and tell them about a pod who rips on them almost constantly.
I have had a few lately. All
Few
right.
of them.
My zero next week is going to be Wall Street.
Yes. Yeah, we're taking it back, dude.
All right. I'll see you later, Timmy.
He married my sister, now we're living together.